Whoa! Man, what the fuck? Hey, what's up, Rumblers? It's the Tan Man.
Hello, Tan Man.
Yes, we did it again. We have a full golden deck this time with Baron Rivendare. We were able to defeat a red difficulty level 22 dungeon in Gnomeregan. Let's take a look at all the minis and their talents. Of course, we have Baron Rivendare himself with the Chill of the Grave talent. We got the Necromancer with Jeweled Skulls, which summons skeleton mages instead of the usual skeletons. We got the Gargoyle with Wing Buffet. This particular mini is going to be very useful in the second stage. Of course, highest DPS in the game, Harpies with Talon Dive. We got the Quillbore with Tunnel Vision, also very useful in the second stage. And we got Whelp Eggs with Flame Burst. So something you may have noticed, my MVP, the Safe Pilot, is missing from this deck. We were attempting this dungeon a few times. And what we did was we took out the Safe Pilot and we put in an Earth Elemental. Now this unit turned the tide for me, especially in the second stage. And you're going to see why. Enjoy the video, guys. Like and subscribe for more Warcraft Rumble content. And I'll see you in the endgame. Alright guys, welcome to a Gnomeregan run. It's a level 22 dungeon. And we're going for our last gold slot. And for our Baron Rivendare, we got the Unstable Concoction. This relic actually helps a bit on this first stage, funny enough, because if your mini dies to this squad of chickens that you saw just spawn at the top there, all the chickens will rot, and there's no way to avoid that. But this is the first stage. It's the Pummeler, and it's kind of hell. It's kind of hell for melee. You want to bring a healthy mix of melee and ranged. Otherwise, the Pummeler is just going to knock all your melee minis around, and they won't have a chance to actually touch them. Not only does the Pummeler knock them around, but if he knocks them off like an edge of the platform there, they just instantly die. Very problematic. Early on in the stage, you want to sort of try to get a tempo. So there's these two shields that spawn on the left and right side of the map. Whenever they spawn, the AI likes to use safe pilots to snag them, but you can pick them up first. So I picked up one with an Earth Elemental. And the nice thing about these shields is if a shielded mini gets in contact with the boss and the boss spins around, if they have that shield, they're actually immune to that knockback. And we're gonna actually take really great advantage of this later in the map. Right here, we snag the shield with the Gargoyle. Now the Gargoyle is a bit slow, but he does make it to the boss. As you can see, he is completely immune from his knockback. So he's doing pretty good damage. And this is what you want to do. You want to try to get your tanky characters or fast DPS characters into that right lane to pick up that shield and make contact with the boss as much as you can. Of course, the middle waystone is very important. It gives you access to that chest as well as the 2 gold nodes. So what I like to do is I like to wait until, each one of those nodes has at least 1 piece of gold. And when it's safe to do so, I'll deploy a kobold to the right side of that waystone, pick up the gold in the middle, and he'll path to the right and pick up the gold on the right gold node there. So there's a bit of a tempo, as you can see. Try to time your pushes on the left and right when the shield spawn and the chest spawn. So like Baron, for example, he can actually zoom up that left side, pick up the shield, and pick up the chest fairly quickly. But alternatively, you can use the Baron Rivendare to pick up the right shield. Now, coming closer to the end of this match, you'll see what I do with Baron, but this is why he's so great actually on this map, because of his speed and tankiness. And because of his ability to summon skeletons at the waystones and his base, it's great lane pressure. And if you've managed to forget about the shields, those skeletons pick them up for you, which is great. Now we're into overtime, To be honest, this stage gave me a little bit more trouble than what I anticipated, but here we go. Baron on the right side, picks up the shield, makes his way over to the boss, and now he's completely immune to the knockback, and he actually takes down the boss almost by himself. We get a little bit of help with the poison from the Harpy deaths, but there you go, guys. 1 stage down, 2 to go. Okay, for the second relic, this actually helped me out a bit. The Frost Inscription, giving my towers frost and slowing them, slowing any minis coming towards them. It helped me out actually quite a bit on this stage. So the general tactic that I like to do on the second stage of Gnomeregan is to crush the left side as soon as possible. It's so important to get these towers because anything you send in the middle is instantly going to get vaporized by the AoE tower damage. As you see here, I almost die in the first push, so I was barely hanging on, but we do manage to take that tower. And once you take a tower, it's very important that you hold them, okay? Like, do everything in your power to try to keep these towers. Once you get the towers, the middle lane is safe to push through. Not only is the middle lane safe, but as you can see, this tower that I control on the left is assaulting the middle now. And once you get both towers, that chest that you see in the middle is accessible. Another reason why we push the left side first is it actually helps us secure this gold node on the left. And as you can see, my kobold's picking up that much needed gold. And if you're looking at the right side, what I did there was use a rock elemental, earth elemental. So like I mentioned, earth elemental comes in super handy on this stage. These towers just absolutely wreck your troops. And it's the combination of the tower's AoE damage and the poisonous, I guess, mist or whatever at the tower's bases that absolutely rots small minis. So with your pushes on either side, you really need a way to turn the towers around, and the Quillbore and the Earth Elemental do a great job of that. As you can see here, we're stalling on the left. The frost damage on these towers now doing a great job, right? As if they tag an enemy mini, it's a good chance that they're gonna just basically die because they won't be able to move fast enough to walk out of its range. One thing to note about this stage is that the poisonous fog extends even further than what the graphic shows, so keep that in mind. But here we go. We vaporize the left side. Boss is at full health, but we have a great push coming on the left. We distract with the Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental goes down. Obsidian Shards pick up that blast, but then we have a Quillbore right away, ready right away to pick up the boss. And our minis are just about to die. The boss charges up a blast to vaporize the left side, but we take him down just in time. That was such a great victory, coming back from near death. And here we go, the last stage. The relics don't really help me out that much, but we do notice that we can give our Necromancer poison. So Necromancer actually really great on this last stage. He, the last boss does summon Molten Giants. And with the Ice Mages, the Necromancer spawns. On top of that, the poison that we just picked up, the Necromancer is going to be doing a great job holding off the Molten Giants in this stage. So because we ran through this dungeon with an Earth Elemental and a Gargoyle, they're actually not going to be like playing a big role in this last stage at all. We used the Earth Elemental there just to distract the Ogre Mage, but we're probably not going to be using the Earth Elemental again. Neither are we going to use the Gargoyle. They simply just path towards the boss and get nuked. Harpies are there just to sort of kill off any stragglers. But yeah, we're basically relying on all our ground units. So Necromancer's one, like we mentioned. We also have Baron Rivendare, of course, and we have our Quillbore. And those three guys are basically all we're going to need to take down these pylons on either side. Baron does a great job, one-shots them. And the Necromancer does also a great job. Like, if you position your minis correctly, they should walk a path such that regardless of where the pylons spawn, they're in range to sort of aggro to them and take them out. Baron's amazing on this particular stage. And if you can get on to stage 3 with Baron, it's almost like a freebie. Because the skeleton mages that you're going to spawn on either side of the map do a great job picking off, picking off a pylon that you may have missed. Pretty much a snowball victory. Okay, make sure you're picking up these gold nodes as often as you can. The tempo should be such that, as soon as you deplete one and cycle through your minis, you can you're ready to deploy another kobold on the other node, which should have 3 pieces of gold ready to go. We're closing it off now. As you see, skeleton mage picking off that last pylon. Actually, we don't need it. There we go. Victory, guys. And that was it for our Baron run. Red difficulty wasn't really a problem. But there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe for more Warcraft Rumble content. And I'll see you in the endgame.
Subscribe.